Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. This is live. Yes, I'm live on YouTube. Normally, well, I do actually quite a few lives, but just specifically for you on YouTube, my YouTube community, my YouTube supporters. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're new, welcome as well. My name is Christine. I am a soul. I am a spiritual mentor, a spiritual medium. I am a coach. I'm also a Reiki master, working with people and animals. So really, we're all healers, and we're all light workers. And maybe there was a reason you were drawn to this live. Uh, and thank you so much, everyone, for your patience. And we made sure we did some clearing and some smudging. So, I always ask everyone to light a candle because candle, it signifies ceremony, ritual. For me, maybe you have something else, a sacred object, a stone, a crystal, whatever it happens to be. Bring it in. Maybe it's your teddy bear. Maybe you have a stuffed animal. I maybe you have a pet. Maybe you have a partner. Whatever it is, just keep going and bring in whatever you need to bring in. Maybe it's your cards or your pendulums, or you have your divination tools. So um, I've already did a little bit of clearing, and yeah, this is the new moon in Cancer, and this is the first new moon of the solstice. Whether you're in the northern hemisphere or summer hemisphere or the southern summer, got summer on the brain, right? Everywhere I'm looking, everybody is somewhere by the beach, by a body of water. And really it's in Cancer. So that's really what Cancer is all about, is bodies of water. And why did I title this video Time to Come Home to Yourself? um, well, I felt that was a message for many of us. I mean, I don't know about you, but a lot of us were not able to be free in a sense, or feel like we could travel, or we were just waiting for summer, like we had to get permission or something, right? So, and I'm sure, I've been away for 6 months, and I had my first Epsom salt bath in 6 months, and oh my goodness, I think I'm going to have more than one in a week just to get everything out. So, hi, Patty, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Please support our channel as everyone else, whether you'd like to share this or send a super thanks, super chat. This goes to new equipment, so new camera, new microphone, new laptop. Maybe there might be some lighting, other things, because as we evolve, you need to upgrade. And I want the community to know where the money goes as well. So I would most welcome your support. All right. And we have a little bit of a cloudy day as well. So come on in, and we're going to talk a little bit about Cancer. So, Cancer is a mother archetype, that divine feminine wisdom. It's also the water archetype. So, why are we so naturally drawn to bodies of water in the Cancer season? I wonder why. It's a thing. I mean, water is just cleansing more than anything. It's cleansing, it's clearing, it's getting off of, anything that's stuck to you that does not belong there. And as the water's draining, or as you're going into the water, it gets released back out to the mother, to the Pachamama, to Mother Earth, because she knows what to do with it. Many times we don't. We think we know what to do with it, but many times we carry it around like it's like a crab, the crab, the Cancer, like on our back. Like the Cancer carries their home on their back, the shell. But think of it in that aspect as well. We're collecting things as we go along, and we really don't need to. All right. So, and I also think, the solstice as well, yin and yang, they're total opposites of energy. There's you're seeing a lot of, swinging to this extreme or swinging to that extreme. So you got to watch the emotions, because that's what Cancer is ruled by, is by the emotions. right? And emotions are really our signal, whether, we're happy or sad, angry or glad, and that's our emotional body. So naturally, we're going to be drawn to water because we need to clear whatever's held in our bodies. And by the way, our bodies are made up of 77% water. Um, and Cancer is a cardinal water sign ruled by the moon. So, yeah. There's a lot of synchronicities here, a lot of synchronicities. And Cancer is a rule of the fourth house, all about family, home, cleaning. I like to have little notes just to keep me, yeah, because I could go off somewhere else. And really, it loves the outdoors. Absolutely loves the outdoors. Yeah, so nurturing, being the best. Can you be the best parent, friend, coworker possible? That's what this new moon season is asking. And even to yourself, how can you be the best to yourself? Because if you're not good to yourself, how can you be good to others? Self care, absolutely, is self love. Putting the oxygen mask on yourself first. Watching, do some beautiful things like watching a comfort movie, something that makes you feel snuggly and lovey, going for walks, massages, and the Epsom salt bath, like I said. Um, some of the things that cancers tend to do, on the opposite end, they've got their shell. So when I was on the beach, I noticed all these little holes all over the place, and the crabs that's their home. I mean, they wear their home, but they have an extra home that they go down. But as soon as they know someone's coming by, they get defensive and they sit right by the hole. And down they go when they're in fear. So cancers can be like that as well. They can be hermit like, they can be defensive and fearful. So just, love your can you have to approach them a little differently. My son is a Cancer. He'll be 24 on Friday. I can't believe it. So amazing. So who here is a Cancer baby? Who knows a Cancer? Um, I mean, I'm sure we all do. Maybe we can embody some of those beautiful Cancerian qualities as well. Um, so it's just reminding us of the soul of humanity. And like I said, Cancer is the mother archetype in astrology. And the mother archetype reminds us that we are always, always supported. That's what the mother's there for. We have to remember that sweet embrace. Speaking of that, I think, yeah, it was yoga. When's the last time you hugged yourself? Like, do it right now. Do it right now. It feels good. So be a loving parent to your inner child. You cannot give to another what you have not given to yourself, right? And we are all energetic beings. So what are you radiating out? I just finished a 7-day prayer challenge and it was all about that. It's all about the power of prayer, really coming home to yourself, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through some act of self-care or a being of service to others makes us feel good, absolutely. But we have to do the service first to ourselves and then go, okay, now I'm ready. I'm just gonna go and give. And it feels amazing. It feels amazing. Hi, Gitte. So nice to see you. Thank you so much. Please share this out so others can join in this beautiful new moon celebration. And I also want you to have a pen and paper handy as well because we're going to do a little clearing. I'm just going to smudge here a little bit more. I already set my intentions because really that's what it's about. The new moon is intention setting, seeds planting, getting in that earth, feeling good, shaking it off. I find it more energetic, clearly, where full moons seem to be a time of kind of like hermit mode in a sense, where you're taking care of yourself, you're pulling back, you're really, clearing. Um, so really the key essence of this ritual, because really that's what it is, anytime you spend time intentionally working, talking, going deeper, showing up with an open heart, an open mind, and a willingness to be open to all the possibilities. So this is a magical time to spark new and exciting beginnings. This is really about new beginnings, right? The full moon, which will be in Capricorn, which is in my sign, is going to be a super moon July 13th. It's going to be massive. It's going to be the closest it's ever been to the Earth for 2022. So stay tuned for that. So, really, you have the power to recharge and recalibrate your energy in direct proportion to the amount of consciousness you bring to any situation. The simple truth is if you don't know how to ask for what you want to create in life, then you will miss out on your own sweet superpowers. Your own sweet superpowers. So, like I said, get your intention supplies, whatever they happen to be. And remember, this is not goal setting, this is co creation with the universe, with God. Creating a sacred intention setting space, whether you have an altar, kitchen table, a nightstand, a place where you keep candles and journals and oils and crystals and other symbolic items that conjure up a deep feeling of inspiration. Inner sanctuary. I mean, I listened to a guided meditation today about inner sanctuary, and then you create an outer sanctuary. So if you walk around all love and light, and I come to your home, for example, and it's a disaster. Well, something doesn't correlate. Something's off. You're presenting an outside image. The inside doesn't match the outside. The outside doesn't. Does the curtain match the drapes, as they say? So clear your space before the ritual. Clearly, I mean, that's why I'm burning sage. Whatever you want to do, you can use salt, you can use water, you can use invocation, you can use prayer, whatever it is. So, and then of course, we're going to go into meditation very shortly here. So, meditation is just allows you to relax, allows you for your desires to flow from your higher self. 'Cause that's all it is. It's not like you're gonna be levitated up and you're going to see all these magical angels and symbols and that not everybody does that. So don't have those expectations. As long as you come with an open heart, that's all that matters. So, and then you're going to flow from your heart without judgment. So get big, get carried away in descriptive detail. I do that with my clients. It's like future casting when you say what are your dreams, but you tell them to me like they've already happened. So because God is in the details, so you want to get super clear about every little thing you want to start showing up in your reality. Yeah, because we always have that little voice of doubt. Certain judgments, that's natural. But you need to understand you can't control how you feel when doubt rises up. You can choose to reframe it, see it, go, okay, thank you. I do not subscribe. That's the old me. I'm making history here. And really, it's about perspective. And we got to dive into our core feelings of why you want to transform your life. Why? So after a new moon, I notice this, maybe you guys do too, but you'll notice a newfound sense of peace within your heart. And many of us will notice signs of alignment, synchronicity starting to manifest almost instantly. And really just applying the magic. You can do this every month. You can do this every month. It's really up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, but you can do this every month. So all right. All right. So, yeah, we are going to go into meditation. So, you know, Whether you are sitting, standing, lying down, standing on your head, as my good friend says, which, I don't think, I can't remember last time I tried standing on my head. Anybody else? No. Yeah, so we're going to go into this new moon. And then closer to the end, if you'd like a card pulled or you have a question, we're going to open up the super chat feature part of this as well. And then you can send your support in. And of course, I will answer questions or pull cards. All right. So I just want you to focus, obviously, on your breathing. All right. So this is going to be quick. So make sure you have your pen and paper ready because you never know what's going to come through. And I'd like you to breathe in for 4 and then hold for 4 and then breathe out for 4 and then hold for 4. And we'll do this again. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. Now we'll do this again. Breathing in for 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding for 4. And one more time. Breathing in for 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding for 4. And then just breathing in and out normally. You may even let a little sigh release, whatever that happens to be. You're here. And it does not matter if you are early or late, live or on the replay. You're here. That's all that matters. And your feet, even if they're not planted on the ground, just imagine that they are wherever you are. And can you feel the energy from your feet to the earth? Just imagine that. You have roots. You have a beautiful cord that shoots all the way down from your root chakra, your base of your spine, all the way down into Mother Earth, into Gaia, where it belongs. Because if we don't have a firm foundation, we'll just float away and let whatever happens happen. There has to be a balance between below and above. So just imagine these roots, smashing through the crystalline grid, through the rocks, the roots, the debris, until it reaches the center of the earth. Now, this is the choice, the point you get to choose your rock, your stone, your symbol, your color. Just what comes through? Is it an image? Do you hear it? Do you feel it? Do you just intuitively know what it is? Maybe you smell or taste it. This is all of your clairs are being activated and coming on board right now. Now wrap your roots, your core around this beautiful, sacred object and or image, feeling, knowing, and start to pull it back up the way that it came through. until it reaches the bottom of your feet, the soles of your feet. You're feeling tightly grounded and rooted to the earth center. Now you're going to bring this beautiful energy up through your shins, your feet, your calves, your knees. We're clearing off any energy. There's also some healing energy being sent here. Any fear. Fear is normally carried in the knees. We're going to clear that off now. And we're bringing it up through the thighs, to the buttocks, to the back, up through to the root chakra, clearing off anything, to the sacral, to the solar. And we're going to stop here for a second. Just like the sun shines at the solar center, the moon radiates its brilliance as well, even if it's just a little slice. That energy is still palpable. So we're kind of merging, that sun and that moon together at the solar plexus. This is your authenticity, your unique I am who I am. Love me or leave me. I can be me. I am me. This is who I am. That type of energy. Merging to the center. Not weak and not arrogant, but perfectly balanced in the middle. All right, so now we're going to bring this up to the heart center. You can imagine beautiful green. This is your soul center. This is your GPS center. This is your inner sanctuary center. Just imagine what does that feel like? What does that look like? And yeah, we're going to open up a few more boxes as well. Anything we've tucked away that we think we're not ready to deal with, we're ready. It's coming out now. When will you ever be ready? Hmm. All right, so we're just clearing that off as well. Now we're moving up to the throat chakra, beautiful turquoise or aqua energy. Speaking, toning, singing, really being the champion of your inner voice being reflected out, because many times you tend to bite your tongue and you intuitively, you innately know you have wisdom. It is time to speak it, but not on your soapbox. Don't overshare. Don't try to force things down people's throats that don't want it. Just be yourself, and that beautiful energy will radiate out. It will speak out. It will reach the right people. All right, so now we're going to clear the third eye. You may just imagine a light switch here. When we're coming up, you will feel some pressure. You can even, it's almost like rolling your eyes back. Maybe your tongue is hitting the roof of your mouth to assist with this. You will feel pressure. You will feel pressure as this is opening, as this is opening, as this is opening. But it is a release of any past lives, any present stuff that's going on is now being released to the divine, to God. It is not yours. You may feel some pressure here. Also releasing a lot of tension that's going on here. Too much thinking, too much for everybody else. Time to shut out the world and really just focus on yourself. Time to come home. Home. So You can imagine, this is the activation between the throat and the third eye. Om, om. Okay, okay. Maybe this stays with you. Maybe you start finding your own tones and chanting, mantras, singing. I really feel like this is an activation right there. All right, now we're going to bring this up to the crown chakra. This is your dream center, your dreams. Keep a dream journal. I was going to say keep a green journal. That's interesting. Okay. Um, so we're activating, we're releasing, we're letting divine downloads to come through. You are a divine channel. You are now anchored as above, as below. We're going to bring this energy down, it back into the heart, and now we're going to let the heart radiate out. And before we do that, your hands are have chakras in them, have energy. Absolutely. When someone shakes your hand, you usually get something off of it. Many times it's like, oh, anyways. So just your hands, you can rub them together. This is your energy center because everyone can feel their aura. As for colors, that is your own choosing, your own, something you have to practice on your own to find out what the color is. Or you can get those scans done, or you can have somebody read you. Absolutely. So just pull your fingers apart. This is like chi. This is you. This is energy. This is life force. You can bring them in. You can pull them back. You can bring them in. You can pull them back. Do you see? Can you feel this? You feel a tingling sensation. Maybe you can feel something. Something is there. And the same as your aura. So as you go up and above your crown, you can smooth this aura out. You can actually feel, maybe it's a bubble, maybe it's heart shaped, maybe it's an egg, whatever it is, this is your aura. And as you're doing this, I don't know about you, but I can feel electricity running through. This is people that you like can come in, can definitely come in. People that are you're not too sure about, or maybe there's some wounding, some trauma, or they're just out. I'm hearing this, out to get you. This is why you have an aura. This is why you have an aura, because energy and psychic attacks are a real thing. I mean, anytime you have a negative thought about somebody, you're sending that energy out. So it is happening all over the world. Anytime something goes sideways in the world, what do you think happens? So, the more that we can practice this type of meditation or any type of meditation, the better. So, in this new moon of Cancer, how can I speak? How can I sing? How can I write? How can I know? How can I feel? How can I taste? How can I smell? My aura, my being. I am the mother archetype. We are going to take definitely from Cancer's um, strengths, the love, the home, the family, the organizing, the cleaning, the sanctuary inside and out. What type of environment are you creating? What are you saying to the world when you walk into the room? All right. So take your time coming back. And this would be a great time for you to start writing down anything that you've seen, you felt, you heard, you known. All I know is I stopped at the solar plexus specifically and for the knees. There was obviously Reiki was sent, healing was sent wherever it's needed. Whether you think you have anything to clear or not, that's not the point. The point is that you're here, and I thank you for being here. So go ahead and jot down whatever is coming up, coming forward. And it might not necessarily be for you, it could be for somebody else. And then I also stop between the third eye and the crown as well. So, woo, yeah. So after this, before we conclude, I mean, you're feeling amazing. We opened all of your chakras. That was just a clearing part, but it's important to shut them down as well. Otherwise, you're going to walk around, woo, I'm open to everything and everyone, and it's not a good thing. I mean, and unless you're planning on staying home, or wherever you are, and then you're going to bed, you can do it before you go to bed. But as you going out into the world, wherever you are, this is just something I practice. I get my clients to practice with as well. Opening and closing. The more that we can visualize, because I hear a lot that, oh, I'm not visual. Well, that's because you haven't stepped into that visual part. You haven't accessed that part of yourself. You've just told yourself you're not visual, or I'm not a singer, or I'm not a dancer, or I'm not a writer, or I'm not a healer. See how you keep doing that to yourself? You're all of that. You're all of that. All right. All right. So feel free to share with me anything that came up, anything that you'd like to share, whether it's right now or on the replay. I've already pulled a card, a collective card for the new moon. It is Netcaster. 4 and 2 is 6. So this is all about preparation. And when we talk about new moons, it is preparing. You are planting seeds. There's going to be a big surprise. There is going to be results beyond expectations. So really just watch for the signs. New opportunities have arrived. Stop praying for the fish. They're already here. You've cast your net out. That's what intentions are. Whether it's a garden, a net, I don't know, a honey, with honey, spreading things with honey. That's interesting. I brought up honey. Whatever that is. So take the next step you've been planning for so long. Remember, fish wait for no one. Yeah. So really, heaven and earth are in perfect alignment for your victory. And I've been hearing victory a lot lately. And don't spoil things by going, do I deserve this? You absolutely do. Because if you think that way, everything is happening in your favor. Otherwise, you're going to sabotage your magic and shatter the now. All right. So, yeah, just patience, divine timing. Um, just when, there's so many stories, but just when I think something won't happen, or there's no hope, or there's whatever it happens to be. I've been in many different financial situations as well. I swear it appears at the last minute, the last second, the last hour. It's just amazing. That's what miracles are. And we have to remember we are the miracle. We are the miracle. And make sure you have lots of water. I always start with warm lemon water, and then I move on to my OJ, which is essentially turmeric, lemon, cayenne, rosemary, apple cider vinegar with hot water. You stir it up. You take a Hail Mary, and you shoot it down. So that's that's part of. I am still vegan, so although it's been very challenging, but now that I'm grounded a little bit more, I'm ramping up. I'm going to be making fire cider. Um, Stay tuned. I've signed up with a new opportunity, but it's called fulvic acid. And just a short little story. Those vitamins that you're taking are basically useless unless you have the mineral compounds in your body to absorb them. Many of us don't. So, in the weeks to come, I'll tell you more about fulvic acid and a couple other things that I'll be taking to help with my journey. Gitte, the meditation, some was as it was my silver string that rooted in the earth and then took the sun up to my feet and body. Oh, I love that. Love that. That gives you like a warm sensation, a beautiful golden energy. I love that. I love that. So if anybody has questions or they would like a card pulled for themselves, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to close this new moon in Cancer at this time, and we'll go through we'll be shutting down all of our chakras. Now, if you're like, "Oh, I wanna leave them open," no, then you could just say goodbye. You could just say goodbye. Um, yeah, any messages or questions or cards for this live that I'm doing um, is available through Super Chat or Super Thanks, because then as this community grows, the questions come flying in, and it's going to be going towards supporting the rebranding of this channel through new equipment. So thank you for your support. I appreciate it. All right. So we're going to shut the chakras down. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with this. I'm sure the people here are. They've been through my mentorship, my 6 weeks Unleash Your Magic mentorship. If you're interested, it's still available, obviously, but I also do 6 month and 1 year as well. I have online courses on Udemy, and I'm celebrating, I think it's over 500 students. So I'm pretty excited. But of course, the ego part of me is like, oh, why didn't you do that sooner? Anyways, because you do it when you're ready. Anyways, here we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to focus on the third eye. So just imagine your third eye like a lotus flower. It's like fully open, fully open. So just imagine the light dimming and the petals closing. So, and the door is closing. All is quiet. So now we're going to focus on the throat. The petals close, the light fades, and the door shuts. The heart center, the petals close, the lights fade, and the door shuts. Solar plexus, the petals close, the light fades, and the door shuts. Sacral, the orange light fades, the petals close, and the door shuts. And the root chakra, the petals close, the light fades, but the door stays slightly open because this is your human part that needs to stay rooted and grounded. So just a small chink of light is escaping through. All is quiet. Now just imagine the beautiful golden light coming up through your feet, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your buttocks, all the way up and out your hands and through the crown. This beautiful golden energy, rinsing away anything that's not yours, anything that's come through. It's now being washed away. It is not yours to keep anymore. All right. And now we're going to fill ourselves up with this beautiful golden light through the crown, because the crown is still open, all the way through down to your feet. So now you're fully rooted and grounded and clean and clear. and light like a feather, that beautiful energy. And now we're going to focus on the crown. The crown obviously is like a thousand petaled lotus. It's massive. So just imagine this lotus closing and the light dimming and the door. Imagine this huge iron hanger doors closing over top, like clunk, however you want to imagine it. And then wrap yourself in a dark hooded cloak. In a dark hooded cloak. All is quiet. So, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, all of our groups, all of our support, all of our community, Soul Healers Club, all of that information is in the description below. I love you, and we will see you next time for the full moon in Capricorn, the supermoon. Sending lots of love. Healing begins where the ego ends, and let me be your soft landing. Take care.